When your British friend comes to your country for a holiday and you have a major crush on her, you would spend the whole day before she lands planning the things that you will do so that when she finally arrives, you can show her with your WRs. However, fate has other plans for you and cursed you to have the easiest Saturday ever just to test your determination. Well, let's just say love has prevailed today because the lady I'm talking about is none other than the Shorekeeper, and we built her in 24 hours. Okay, after my unlucky pulls last week, I finally found enough astrites to do another 10 pulls, which I am guaranteed to get her since I am already at heart pity. So, enjoy her animation.
The Shorekeeper. This name suits me well enough. It aligns with my purpose and drive. They only exist because of you.
To level up Shorekeeper, you will need the Ascension materials dropped from the new boss, the Fallacy of No Return. You might be wondering, how did I get all the materials one day after getting Shorekeeper? Well, through the power of F2P hoarding. I was easily able to get all the mats just by killing the Fallacy over and over again, yet still somehow managed to fail in getting any healing bonus echo main stat. As for the flowers, there is actually a new function in the game that allows you to pinpoint the flower location just by clicking on collection spots. Please don't be like me who ran hours around the new map just to look for these new flowers. But hey, I almost made 100% exploration progress because of this, so I see this as an absolute win. You can also use this function for other types of flowers as well, and it is not limited to Shorekeeper's Ascension flower. Alright, we finally gotten all the flowers and the Ascension materials needed, but I am lacking some of the Whispering Cores. So let me quickly go and craft them, then we can level up our Shorekeeper to level 80 Ascended.
I lack a heart, yet my chest stirs whenever I see you.
The weapon I'll be using today is the Rectifier 25, which is the craftable weapon in Blacksmith. But her best free-to-play weapon is the variation if you can pull for it. Since I still do not have the variation to this day, my only option is the number 25. Final 10 levels, let's go. Of course, for the weapon materials, I already have them stocked up from previous events before this so that I can save time. It's finally time to equip her echoes. I already have my echoes leveled up in my placeholder character here. Wait, what's your name again? To maximize Shorekeeper's buffs, you will need at minimum 250% energy recharge. However, you get additional 20% ER from her liberation and her best in slot echo, the Fallacy of No Return. This means that you only need to have 230% ER in your character stats page here in order to get the full buff. Also, am I the only one who notices her weird high heels? Feels like her shoes are going to break anytime just by walking. Anyways, let's try her out in the exploration. One cool thing that I noticed with Shorekeeper is that she can actually use her echo in the butterfly state. She can also hover over water, collect flowers, and even punch random enemies just for fun. Now I wanted to showcase her full kit in the Overworld just to see how strong she is, but the mobs just die too quick for me to use my full rotation. So instead, I'll test her full kit in the Tower of Adversity. This is floor 1 of the Hazard Tower. I am using Changli and Xiangliao here to fight the Heron, which should be easy if it doesn't run away too much. I do apologize for my clunky rotation as this is my first run using her in a stressful environment. I think the goal in using Shorekeeper is to get her concerto energy to almost full before using her liberation so that you are not wasting precious seconds in a team with long rotations like what we have here. you can see that the circle cast by Shorekeeper starts from blue to purple and then to yellow, so I'll call it the 3-star, the 4-star and the 5-star circle. In order for you to rank up the rarity of the color from a 3-star to a 4-star or from a 4-star to a 5-star circle, you will need to use intro skills on your characters. After using 2 intro skills, you will be able to activate all the critical rate and critical damage buff by Shorekeeper and deal higher amounts of damage with your main DPS. As such, your rotations should start with Shorekeeper, getting her Concerto energy, then using her Liberation, then intro into your sub DPS, which in this case is my Chang-Li, build up her Concerto energy as well, and then intro into Shang Liyao to execute his full combo. You'll be able to see that I'm just doing the same thing over and over again here, but I might activate Chang-Li's ultimate when it's ready just to add in some damage. I'll let the fight continue here for you to see how the combo looks like. Hopefully you can see the general trend here.
Beckon the divine flame. Who is the blade? Variable elimination. All shall reveal itself. Be reduced to cinders.
Now that you know the general idea of Shorekeeper's kit, let's see how she works in a Yinlin and Shang Liyao team. This team is much more straightforward since the goal is to give all the buffs of Shorekeeper and Yinlin to Shang Liyao in this exact order for him to deal massive amounts of damage. So I'm just building Concerto energy with Yinlin here and her forte to apply her punishment buff. After having intro into Shang Liyao with both the 5-star circle and Yinlin's buff, we are now going to use his full rotation without swapping out so that Yinlin's buff does not go away. Okay, we killed the first mob. Now let's wait for the Inferno Rider to come down so that we can start damaging him. Again, we are doing the same combo here, starting with the Shorekeeper and then intro into Yinlin and lastly intro into Shang Liyao. Rinse and repeat until you kill the Inferno Rider. Alright, we are actually able to get all the Doritos in the hazard zone using Shang Liyao, Yinlin, and also Changli in our teams. Now for those of you who wants to know whether Jinxi's damage nuke is going to be higher when using Shorekeeper as compared to Verina, I have also did some runs in the TOA as well to test this. Of course, for this test, it is not as scientific as it should be since I'm using different echoes for Shorekeeper and Verina, and I have only taken the highest amount of damage that is dealt by Jinxi, not the average. You can see that with Verina's combo, I was able to deal a maximum of 309k damage from her nuke. Now let's see how Shorekeeper does. I'm just going to make sure that I get all the buffs here, starting with Shorekeeper's Liberation, then moving into Jinxi's ultimate before doing a full combo with Jinxi. My Jinxi should have full stacks before we unleash her Dragon Nuke here. One thing you will notice that this rotation takes much longer than the Verina team just now because you need to build up Concerto energy for 2 characters. We can see that a Jinxi, Jinxi and Shorekeeper team with full stacks and buff deals 328k damage, which is almost 20k damage higher than the Verina team earlier. Even though with Shorekeeper in Jinxi's team, I would still prefer Verina over Shorekeeper just because that the rotations for a Shorekeeper team is much longer than Verina's. Overall, the DPS will be much lower because you're taking too much time to build up the high damage. To wrap everything up, I think Shorekeeper has insane value for your account, especially for clearing the Tower of Adversity. With Shorekeeper in your account, you no longer have to use Baizi. Oh yeah, I remember your name now. Jokes aside, she's an incredibly strong support who is as good, if not better than Verina. By the way, I'm talking about Shorekeeper, not Baizi. The scarcity of good supports at the current stage of the game is what really makes her a must pull in my opinion. It makes the game so much easier without you needing to scratch your head which teams that you do not want to let a healer get all the 30 Doritos. Of course, if you can already 30 star clear the Tower of Adversity now without using Shorekeeper because you do not have any skill issues like me, then you can probably skip her and go for everybody's next favorite character. Camellia will be coming out in the next patch. For me at least, she sure is a keeper.
Star.
With this, thank you for watching the video. This is Zen signing out.